Yeah, so today we're cutting the ribbon on the first middle school playground in the area, and it was funded by the Trinity Foundation. It was really our way to Legacy Parks Foundation to work with the health department and the schools to see if we can affect health at the middle school age population and their families as well by having some innovative play structures in amongst the forest right next to South Doyle Middle School. And we did research on the kids and asked them what they would like to see and what would make them play. And then Ross Fowler took their input, designed this play area, and we ordered some sort of innovative, different kind of play structures. And so today we open it, and we hope to see kids and families hanging off of every piece and part after today. Nice. Thank you for coming out, and we obviously need to talk very fast because we have a more than a captive audience up in the structure. But thank you all for coming out today. It's an exciting day for Legacy Parks Foundation and all of us. I think this was a different project for us, but I think hopefully we'll see the rewards of it probably in about 5 minutes, and then continuing on. And we wanted to get this open in time for the Thanksgiving holidays because we hope this is a very packed spot. And I'm Carol Evans with Legacy Parks Foundation, and I'm going to get a few thank yous out of the way on the front end and turn it over to people that have been very, very integral in making this happen. But I do need to get the thank yous first and foremost. I want to thank the Trinity Foundation. This would not be possible without the Trinity Foundation. Legacy Parks was fortunate enough to receive a $150,000 grant to do this play for us here in this area. And it's a very unique approach, I think. We felt that we needed to address middle school. Having had kids and knowing a little bit about middle school is the age of the greatest decline in physical activity, and we all know that if we've had kids, that's when it falls off. And so to have the opportunity in proximity to the Baker Creek Preserve, Urban Wilderness, South Doyle Middle School, we were involved in the outdoor classroom, and then this property here that the city was able to get conveyed to them from TDOT to say, can we do something that might address health in middle school kids, and can we make it fun and we could make it something they enjoy? And so what we did was interviewed kids. So Bryant Research came and interviewed South Doyle middle school students, parents, teachers, incoming fifth graders to say, hey, what would make you get out and play? And they told us they wanted to climb, they wanted to gather, they wanted a little bit of a risk, they wanted something that did not look like a kid's playground. They did want water, and we nixed that idea, but we have Baker Creek. And so we took that information. We were so fortunate. Mike Fowler and his team at Ross Fowler, Aaron and David Payne, took that data from those kids and came up with the idea and searched for unique structures, unique design. How do we take this space and make it a place that these kids hanging off the ropes right there would want to play in? And so it was very deliberate. We picked structures that were bigger and more dramatic and more challenging, and yet they blended into the topography with the natural colors. We spaced them out so you had to work a little bit to get it out and play. And then what I appreciate about Mike's and everyone's thinking is let's leave a lot of natural area, and that's why we chose to call it a play forest. Let's really encourage them just to get out, and if you go off the path, great. If you wander down to the creek, great. But really just get out and play and enjoy this natural space. So, and then an important partner as well was the Knox County Health Department, and I think Amber Ford maybe you're from the health department. Hey Amber. And so we really relied on them to tell us the health of kids now and the health of the community now. And what they're going to do is continue to measure that and say, okay, can we say that this kind of play affected the health of the students and the community? And so they'll continue to sort of measure health outcomes in this community. And hopefully we can say play is important and playgrounds are important. And I just asked the superintendent's permission to say we'd love to think about doing this elsewhere if we can look at other middle schools to be able to do this on. I want to thank the Great Southern Recreation Group. They were the ones that helped us source Berliner, or helped Mike and his team source Berliner. They also donated the majority of the mulch here, so I know we've got some folks from Great Southern here, and we really appreciate that. I want to thank Principal Brown for corralling his crowd out here, and thank you for being very supportive of everything that goes in and around your school. You are very engaged, and we appreciate it. We have a lot of folks in the neighborhoods, and we can't do that. I see Linda and Janice and Debbie and Molly. All the neighborhoods have been very supportive. We have some of the Legacy Parks board here, and I'd love for you, David Collins and Thomas, and I saw Dwayne, and I saw Bart. And I think Bart gets the board member of the year because Bart actually put together those benches you see over there as a board member, and many more to come. But most importantly, I want to say 24 hours ago, this didn't look like this. So I do have to thank City's Public Works and Mark Wagner with his landscaping crew. I know I'm supposed to say Zone B. They have fought nature and fought rain and fought a lot this last month to get us here today, and have been an incredible partner on getting us where we are here. So I really want to thank the Public Works and the Horticulture Department for tirelessly. They were blowing the trail after sunset last night, so thank you so much. But I do want to start by introducing our mayor, and I don't know how many more times I get to do this in the next year or so, but two. All right, we get a few more announcements. And from the very beginning, I think the mayor, even before she ran, declared she wanted a real sustainability platform, and we're so fortunate that she sees the natural environment and the health of the community as a part of sustainability. So this particular project is sort of a marriage of the two. But it really, we couldn't be able to do what we do without the incredible support of the mayor and her entire staff. So thank you, Mayor. Yeah. Thank you, Carol.
Hey, kids, having fun? Yeah. Does it make you want to be a middle schooler again? Maybe not. Those are interesting years, right? I knew that would get you. So. This is really a great day, and by the way, yes, I do have 2 more years, and we hope to have several more of these ribbon cuttings, not only in South Knoxville, but throughout the city. A lot of great things that are happening in our city thanks to public investment and private sector investment and a lot of collaborations, like with great foundations, like in this case, Trinity. So thank you all for being here. Thanks to Carol, Legacy Parks Foundation, the Trinity Foundation, and the students and teachers, principal of South Doyle Middle School for making this project possible. There are few elected officials, and we'll make sure we recognize today. Our Vice Mayor, Dwayne Grieve from City Council, appreciate him. Our state legislator, State Representative Rick Staples, thank you for being here. Also want to recognize my Senior Director of Community Relations, Avis Reed, who also serves on the Trinity Board. Other electeds who came in. I do want to recognize, of course, Mark and his team have been recognized, thank you. Cheryl Ely, our Director of Parks and Recreation, Cheryl, our Deputy Director, Aaron Browning, and all of our public service people, Public Works, Public Service, please raise your hands. Thank you for a great job done. We're going to have to bring them with us everywhere. That's good applause, So it was only 4 years ago that the Wood family donated the 100 acres that would become Baker Creek. Is anybody here from the Wood family today? We just can't say enough great things about Baker Creek Preserve and how far it has come since the family made that very generous donation. And what I really love about Baker Creek Preserve is that it really has something for everybody. From the Black Diamond mountain biking trails that draw the top enthusiasts and some crazy people, I think. That's a really, really crazy trail. But really wonderful to have, really exciting, to the less intimidating trails that both hikers and bikers can enjoy, to a kids' bicycle pump track intended to help youth get their feet wet with mountain biking, and even the playgrounds in this park now serve a wider range of ages. When we opened the playground across the street in 2016, we had toddlers to 5th graders crawling all over it, and that was a lot of fun. And now we're opening this play forest that's specifically geared toward middle schoolers. And it's the first of the kind in the region. Where'd Carol go? That's right. The first of the kind in the region to focus on this specific age group. I'm very proud of all of the work of our city crews, as I've already recognized, for taking on a new project and installing most of this play equipment in-house with our in-house staff. The city committed to help with the play forest because it's important to give an opportunity for everyone to want to play. And at so many urban wilderness openings such as this, I often speak about the economic and the health benefits that outdoor tourism provides, and there are many, and I won't repeat those today, because what it really all boils down to, besides the economics of it, is that when you think about other cities, like say LA, you think about amenities like beaches and surfing and boardwalks and people on rollerblades. In Colorado, you might think of skiing and hiking and cabins. And New York, we think of Central Parks, runners and bicyclists and ice skaters. And why do you think about that? It's because it's the special amenities that people enjoy. It gets people out, it gets them active. Because when it's all said and done, the best part of our lives, we have to work, right? And we do it. But the best part of our lives are the good memories and the enjoyment that we share with family and friends. And that's what we are offering here. In addition to being an incredible economic asset for our region, we are offering here with the urban wilderness both a blend of the city, the mountains, the Appalachian arts, of course a lot of brews as well in this area. But and what the diverse options that this park offer, and what the Baker Creek's Bottoms development, mixed-use development will offer, is a perfect example of the amenities that residents and visitors will enjoy and will remember when they are out here visiting or living here in Knoxville. So we've come a long way in the past 4 years as we've worked with Legacy Parks and all the other partners who've been mentioned on this Baker Creek Preserve. We also have a 4-year implementation plan laid out, working together to continue the development of the urban wilderness. And through my next 2 years, we'll continue to implement that plan. So again, thanks to Legacy Parks Foundation and all who had a part in this next step for the urban wilderness, making Knoxville an even better place to play. Thanks.
We are taking them with us. I didn't forget to mention the one thing that the borough, I said that this was a mixture for the city of IKEA and Tinker Toys. So anybody that's putting anything together in IKEA knows the challenge of getting that net up. As the mayor said, we are very collaborative and have wonderful collaborations. With Knox County is always a partner, whether it's in the city, out of the city, and the city partners. So I think we have a seamless partnership with the city and the county. And Doug Patel's here from County Parks, and I always appreciate working with you. And our commissioner from this district, Carson, I'd love for you to come say a few remarks.
Thank you. Anyone that had a hand in doing this for the last 4 years, 4 years ago, if you would have been here, you would see nothing but privet and limbs, and basically you wouldn't have been able to walk through. So if anybody's had a hand in doing this in the last 4 years, raise your hand, please. You may not be recognized all the time, but people see what you do. Following up on the mayor's remarks, I've been fortunate enough to be over in county commissioners meetings over in Middle and West Tennessee. And I was sitting, last year I was sitting there and I heard this group of commissioners from West Tennessee talking about, there's this bicycle trail over in South Knoxville, that, we need to go see and we need to do this. And I just sat and listened because they didn't know who I was. And finally I got a chance to say, well, I'm from Knoxville, and that's South Knoxville. That's my home. And I love my home, and you're right. And then Kevin Trippett followed up again on the amenities. Kevin Trippett, the head of tourism for the state of Tennessee, made a statement. And he says that, young people today are not moving for jobs like I would have. They're moving for amenities, parks, recreations, then they find a job. And I thought, man, that's wrong. I mean, you go find a job, then you find a place to live. And that's not the way. And I'm running into a lot of younger, Generation Xers, that's what they're doing. They're coming here. They will be coming here to raise their children, to play in these parks and ride these trails. And finally, Kevin Trippett left with one thing, and I'll leave with you. And it makes a whole lot of sense the older I get. I believe it's credited to Abraham Lincoln. It's not the life in your years, but the quality of life in those years. And that's what we got here. We got quality of life. And everybody that's from South Knoxville, we've known that for 58 years, right? Thank you.
Everyone will just want to come up to the mic to get that kind of a cheer. Superintendent Thomas, we're thrilled that you're our superintendent for one. Thank you for being here today and sharing your students and your principal with us.
Thank you, Carol. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'd also like to thank Andrew, principal at South Doyle Middle School, for the fine job that he's doing here at South Doyle Middle, and also the students at South Doyle Middle. I might get a bigger applause if I said tomorrow's a snow day. No? Okay, no applause, so we go to school tomorrow. Yeah. This is just so amazing. Knoxville and Knox County is it's just a terrific, great place to live, to grow up, to work, to play. If I didn't have my Sunday clothes on, I'd like to be right over there and be on the top with the kids that are up at the top there. So I'll have to come back out here sometime when there are no cameras around and try my hand at that. But I'd like to say thank you to Commissioner Doyle, Mayor O'Hara, and Legacy Parks, and also the Trinity Foundation for making all this possible. We know there's a scientific body of evidence out there that says that healthy and physically active children do better in school. They perform better academically. They're emotionally healthy. So I am all for what we've done here, and if we could do it at every middle school, that would be great. So I'm really curious to see. I know we're kind of joining with the health department to see do a bit of research, but I think this is wonderful, and I'm just so pleased and proud to be here and to have the opportunity to cut the ribbon on this play area. So I know the South Doyle students and the community and the families and surrounding communities are going to enjoy this for many years to come. So thank you very much.
And I did just put him on the spot to say, can we do this at another school right before? So we're glad to hear the answers. Yes, and to say that in front of the Trinity Foundation, that's a good thing. Giant hint, but I think for all of us that have had grant opportunities or fulfilled grants, I will say the Trinity Foundation is probably a model for a granting entity. They nurture you, they take care of you, they give you seed money on the front end to figure out how to prepare your grant. They level the playing field. We are a very, very small organization. There's 2.5 of us in our organization, and yet we are able to compete for a grant against UT Hospital and Covenant Health System. And so what a wonderful opportunity for a small organization to be able to get in the hunt. And so it's a wonderful process. And so I hope you're as pleased as we are with the out product. But I'd love for Jim to say a few words.
Thank you, Carol. I'm Jim Decker. I'm fortunate enough to serve on the board of the Trinity Health Foundation. With me today are a couple of other board members, Avis, Connie, and Robin. So we appreciate them coming out. If you're not familiar with the Trinity Health Foundation, we exist to support initiatives like this. We support projects and initiatives that promote the physical, emotional, and spiritual health of our community, and certainly this falls within that definition. We evaluate a number of proposals and projects throughout the year. And certainly this one, I think, rose to the top because of what you see here today. I'm speaking because I'm the liaison between the Health Foundation and Legacy Parks, and Carol was so nice to take me on a tour out here about 3 or 4 months ago in the middle of the hot summer. It was obviously in development at that time, so a lot has happened since then. Trinity recognizes that in order to improve the health of our community, it means that we need to support financially projects such as this, because we believe that preventing health problems is a much better way to address health issues rather than simply providing funds to cure problems. When you look at the children's on this, what would you call it? I'll call it a contraption, but when you look at the fun that they're having, the activity that promotes, and certainly it's heartwarming to see something such as this that we can be a part of. Legacy Parks, based on their accomplishments, based on their strong board of directors, based on their relationship with our city and other parts of our community, certainly falls within the definition of the projects we support. It's not only stability that we're looking for, but also sustainability, because we think that this will be here for a long, long time. So Carol, our congratulations to you. Thank you for letting us be part of this ceremony today, and we wish you well in the future. Thank you.
So before we officially open, I'm going to encourage you after we officially open to wander down the trail. There's some some other unique structures, and I'm going to tell you, it is for middle school, but they really fit grown-ups too. So that little net thing is a wonderful swing down there, and there's giant Lincoln logs at the end. So please wander through and enjoy and take it all in. Baker Creek, the council ring over there, and thank you again for coming out. So I'm gonna ask this group to gather around the mic, and we are gonna turn the opening over to the kids. So we're going to count, and everyone join in. We're going to count down from 3, 2, 1.